right. So first of all, welcome everyone for the auction. So today we are actually auctioning for RW Blue and RW Red teams. So this is an internal game that we will be playing within Raging Warriors, and there will be 22 players who will undergo the hammer today. So let us get started with the proceedings. Before that, I'll just brief out the basic rules that we actually follow here. So each and every player who is undergoing an auction will actually pop out in this particular space along with their photos with their details, just like this. And they will actually undergo this particular auction process based on the captain's bid. And both the team captains RW Blue and RW Red are here. So RW Blue will be led by Mr. Naveen, and RW Red will be led by Mr. Abhilash. So the maximum a team can actually bid for a particular player will be 65,000. The minimum bid is 5,000. So none of the players will actually undergo an unsold process. If at all, if you guys feel like you will have to take that particular player towards the end, it's okay if both of you do not bid. I will mark them as unsold, but they will actually come under re-auction and eventually join any one of the teams. So that is the process. And this is the console. I think I have already shared this console with everyone. So everyone should have access to this.
Yep.
And for the team owners, once the player auction is complete for a particular player, you will actually find those players under your kitty. So you just have to click on your respective teams here. So upon clicking, the team players will be visible in this particular web sheet. Okay, so even this sheet is actually shared with the captains. So I think we should be good at this point. So if we are clear with respect to the rules, I think I'll also brief out on the minimum criteria of each players. So the players are actually categorized into four different aspects. One is specialist batsman. You will actually have to have a minimum of three players, three specialist batsmen in your team. All-rounders, the second category, wherein you will actually have to have at least two all-rounders in your team. And the third category is specialist bowler, wherein you will actually have to have at least two bowlers in your team. And the wicket keeper section will need at least one wicket keeper in a team. So all in all, the mandatory selections will be coming down to around 8 players, and the remainder of 3 players will be left to captain's discretion. Either they can actually pick a batsman, an all-rounder, an additional bowler, or a wicket keeper based on their choice. So are we clear on the rules? Do we have any questions?
Great, buddy. Let's start then.
All right. So let's get started with the auction procedure. So let me start the auction. And here we go with the first player. So the first player to undergo an hammer today is Nitin Agastya. He is a bowling all-rounder, a right-hand batsman. So do we have an opening bid for Nitin? Opening bid of 5,000. Anyone?
Yes, I'm.
Okay.
I would like Abhi to take up Nitin so that I can play against him.
Okay. So Agastya goes for an opening bid of 5,000. In that case, Neo. So
Done.
Do we not have any opening bid from your end, Neo, for Agastya?
No.
Okay. So Agastya goes for an opening bid of 5,000 for Raging Warriors Red. Congratulations, Abhi, for the first
Thank
player.
you, Puni.
I think this is a big mistake on not bidding in, but that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a costlier mistake is what I would presume at this point in time. But yes,
I just realized
never
that.
know the strategy.
Yep.
Okay. The second player to undergo a hammer is Raki. So he's a right-hand batsman and a part-time wicket keeper. Has a good partnership building ability. So any opening bid for Raki?
In fact, I haven't seen him play, so I have no clue how things work.
Just to make sure that the last match that we played against Richie Rich, so he was the one who scored 47 as an opening batsman.
Acha, okay. So I don't have bidding for Raki as well.
Okay. So any...
I will go for it, Puni.
Okay. So
Five.
we have an opening bid for Raging Warriors Red for Raki with a 5,000. So Neo, final call.
Yes.
Do you want to go for a bid here?
No.
Okay. I'm selling Raki to Raging Warriors Red. Sold for a 5,000 opening bid. Thank you, Abhi.
Q.
Let's get to the new player. So the next player is Shashank. So he is a right arm bowler and a right hand batsman. So he's a new inclusion to the team, but he is nominated as a bowler. Do we have any opening bid for Shashank for 5,000?
Yes, I would like to go for it.
5,000. So
I would like to bid
Okay.
for 5,000.
5,000. We have an opening bid of 5,000 from Raging Warriors Blue. Do we have a counter bid?
6.
Do we
1
have a
1
counter
plus 1.
plus 1? Plus 1 goes to RW Red. Do we have a competition here? So would you like to go on,
Yes,
Neo?
plus 1.
Plus 1 for Raging Warriors Blue. The
Yes,
player
plus 1.
is now at 7,000. Plus 1 for Raging Warriors Red. The player is now at 8,000 with Raging Warriors Red.
Plus 1.
We have next upbid for Shashank, which is at 9,000. Currently, it is with Raging Warriors Blue. The Raging Warriors Blue have the stake here.
No, done.
Shashank.
Done, Puni.
Okay, I think Raging Warriors is done with their bid. So probably, Neo, you got your first player. Congratulations on the first purchase. All right, so let's get going and move on to the next player. The next player is from the all-rounder category, Faraz Khan, an all-rounder, a slow right-arm fast medium bowler and a handy right-hand batsman. So do we have an opening bid for Faraz?
Yes, for the base price.
Okay, so we have an opening bid. We have an opening bid.
Yes, for the base
Plus
price.
1.
Puni.
Okay, so it's with Raging Warriors Red at this point in time at 6,000. 6,000 for Faraz. Do we have another bid for 7,000 from Blue?
Yes.
Okay, so it is with Raging Warriors Blue at this point in time at 7,000.
Plus 1.
Okay, plus 1 from Red. So it is at 8,000 with Red at this point. Faraz is with Red at this point with 8,000 rupees. Do we have a counter bid?
No.
All right, so Faraz is now sold to Raging Warriors Red. Congratulations on the new player. All right, so the next player to undergo the hammer is Chetan. So again from our all-rounder section, right-hand batsman and a fast medium opening bowler. So do we have an opening bid for Chetan?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you like to start?
Sorry,
Abhi?
okay. We start with Raging Warriors Red with 5,000 bid. So do we have a counter bid?
7.
7,000. 7,000 bid with Raging Warriors Blue at this point.
10.
10,000 with Raging Warriors Red. 10,000 with Raging Warriors Red.
12.
12,000 with Raging Warriors Blue at this point. 12,000 for the Blues.
14.
14,000. 14,000 with the Reds. 14,000.
15.
14,000 with the Reds.
15.
Do we have a counter bid from the Blues?
Yes, plus 1. 15.
15. There
Yeah.
goes with the Blues. 15,000 for Chetan. So do we have a counter bid from the Reds?
Yes, checking just a minute.
Okay.
17.
17. Is it 17 from the Raging Warriors
Yes,
Red?
yes. Yes,
it's
17.
17 with the Raging Warriors Red at this point. 17. So it's with the Reds at this point. So do we have a counter bid from the Raging Warriors Blue?
18.
18 with the Raging Warriors Blue. 18,000. 18,000
Plus
for
2.
Chetan.
Plus 2.
Plus 2. Plus 2 says Raging Warriors Red.
I'm done.
Plus, okay. So there goes the intense bid for Chetan. Sold for Raging Warriors red. All right. Thus far, this is the best and the highest bid so far in this auction. With that said, we'll quickly move on to the next player. The next player to undergo a hammer is Vishwas, a right-hand batsman and a handy bowler, right-arm fast, medium. Do we have an opening bid for Vishwas?
Yes, for 5. Base price.
Right. We have an opening bid from the Raging Warriors blue. Do we have a counter bid from the Reds?
No.
For 6,000 from the
Plus, yeah, 6 plus 1.
Plus 1 from the Reds. So it is with Reds at this point. Do
Plus
we
1.
have a counter bid from blue for 7?
Yes.
7,000.
Yes.
7,000 with the Blues. 7,000 with the Blues at this point. Do we have a counter bid from the Reds?
Yeah, Puni, just a minute. I'm checking.
Right. Right now, Vishwas is at 7,000, bidding at 7,000, and he is with the Blues. He is with the Blues for 7,000.
Plus 1.
Plus 1. Now, Vishwas goes to 8,000 for the Reds. Do we have a counter bid for 9,000 from the Blues? Do we have the bid?
Yes. Plus 1.
Plus 1 from the
Yes.
Blues. Thank you. Plus 1 from the Blues. So it is still with the Blues. So do we have a counter bid?
Plus 1.
Plus 1 says the Reds. Plus 1 says the Reds. It is with Reds right now at 10,000. Do we have a counter bid for 11,000?
Yes.
11,000. Counter bid for 11,000 from
Yes.
the Blues.
Yes, plus 1. For the
Plus
11,000.
Plus 1. Plus 1 says the Blues. Do we have a counter bid? For 12,000. Counter
No,
bid
no.
for 12,000 from the Reds.
No.
Okay. So
No.
sold for Raging Warriors blue.
So he comes under batsman category or all-rounder? Just wanted to confirm.
He is
Batsman.
under a batsman category, but a handy bowler as well.
Done. Perfect.
All right. Sold to the Raging Warriors blue. All right. The next player to undergo a hammer is Miffy, a wicketkeeper batsman. The first from the lot, a wicketkeeper batsman. Do we have an opening bid for Miffy? An opening bid of 5,000. Opening bid of 5,000. 5,000 from either of the teams.
So
An opening bid.
we'll come back to him again.
Yes, same.
Okay, how about Reds? All right, I'll move this player to an unsold status at this point. Probably we can actually move on to the next player and come to this player a little later. All right, so the next batsman from the specialist batsman category is Arpit, a right-hand batsman. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000 for Arpit?
Yes.
5,000.
Yes.
5,000 for
Puni, who
Arpit.
is up with new guy, is it?
Yeah, he's a new batsman. Played one of the nets probably last week with us. Right-hand batsman.
Okay.
Yes.
Is
I would
it new
to-
friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's my friend.
Oh,
my-
okay.
In fact, he's my colleague. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Do we
So
have an opening?
Yes.
Okay,
me.
we have an opening bid from the Raging Warriors blue. Counter bid from the Raging Warriors red.
Nope.
Do we have a counter bid?
He says no.
No.
All right, sold to Raging Warriors blue. So by far, this could be one of the hidden bet or a hidden gem. And the player is sold to Raging Warriors blue. The next batsman who undergoes a hammer today is Ravish, a right-hand batsman and a handy wicket keeper as well. Do we have an opening bid for Ravish?
I'll come back on this. If Abhijit, Abhijit or Abhilash. If
Yeah,
Abhilash is
we'll
okay.
come back again, Puni. We'll come back again.
Okay, so I'll move him to the unsold queue at this point, and we will actually come back to Ravish a little later. All right. The next player from the lot is Kushal, a batting all-rounder and a wicket keeper. Do we have an opening bid for Kushal for 5,000?
Yes.
5,000 anyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus
5,000.
Yes, yes, Puni.
Right?
Plus 1.
5,000 plus 1 says blues. Plus 1
Plus
says
2.
blues. Plus 2 says the red. So it is with the reds at this point in time at 8,000. Do we have a counter bid of 9,000
10.
for Kushal from the blues?
For 10.
All right. Sold for the red.
Oh no.
No. Puni.
Pune, I bid for 10.
Neo
Actually.
go for 10. He went for 10.
All right.
Can we reverse that? I think Pune was excited to sell him off.
Just a second. Let me actually go for a re-auction. Let me go for a re-auction. I'm really sorry for that. So we had a bid of 8,000 from the reds, right? So yes, please go ahead. So
10 for blue.
10 for the blues, okay?
Plus
10
2.
says, plus 2 says the red. It is with the reds at this point in time for 12,000.
Plus 2.
12,000 for Kushal. Do we have any bids from the blues?
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Plus 2 says
Neo.
the blues. It is with the blues for 14,000.
Plus 2. Puni.
Plus 2 says the reds. It is at 16,000 with the reds.
Plus 1.
I'm sorry, blues.
Plus 1.
Are we done? Are we done?
No, plus 1.
No.
I'm bidding
Plus
for.
1.
Yes.
Okay. Plus 1 says the blues. I'm sorry. Plus 1 says the blues. And it is with the blues at this point in time for 17,000.
Plus 2.
Plus 2 says the reds. It is with the reds for 19,000.
Plus 1.
With plus 1 says the blues.
Yes.
Plus 1 says the blues.
Yes. My voice is not audible?
Yeah, it was a little low.
It is audible to me, and it's good.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just bid plus 1 now.
Plus 1 with the blues at this point in time, and it is with the blues at this point for 20,000. Yeah. Do we have a counter bid from the reds?
No, Puni. Done.
All right, sold for the blues for 20,000. By far, this is also one of the highest bids, and it equalizes with Chetan. Congratulations, blues.
So is it possible to have a look at the selected team members, players?
Yes, I have already shared the link. Let me actually go ahead and refresh this page. Even you guys will actually have access to this. So if you just click on your team here, you will actually find the players who have been selected in your teams.
Okay, just a second. I'll just make a note of it. Shashank, Vishwas, Arpit, and Kushal. Perfect. Done. Thank you. We can move it.
Yeah, so this is how you can actually take a look. And the same goes with the reds as well. All right, so moving on to the auction process. The next player that we have is Santosh, the batsman. So right-hand batsman and opening batsman. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000 for Santosh?
Yes.
Plus 1.
Puni.
Plus 1 says the blue. We had an opening bid from the reds, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
Yeah.
Plus 1.
Plus 1 says the reds. Again. at 7,000 with the reds.
+3.
Plus 3,000 says the blues.
+1.
Plus 1 says the reds.
+1.
Plus 1 from the blues, is it?
Yeah.
Plus 1 from the blues with the blues at this point for 12,000.
Just 12,000. +1.
Plus 1 says the reds. Plus 1
13.
says the reds.
Yes. +2.
Plus 2 says the blues.
Yep.
Right now at 15 with the blues. 15,000 with the blues. Do we have a counter bid?
Checking, Puni. Just a moment. Checking my balance if I can buy him.
I exhausted your balance on Chetan.
No.
This is the balance
Okay.
for the blues and this is the balance for the reds.
So I have more than you. I'm keeping this balance for a big bid only. Yes, Puni, I'm done. I'm done with this.
Okay. So congratulations for the blues. So you got the player for 15,000.
Right. So the remaining balance is 60 and
All right.
82.
Moving on to the next player. The next player to undergo the hammer is Santosh from a wicket keeper lot. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000 for Santosh again? Santosh. An opening bid for
We'll come back
wicket-keeper
again,
batsman, Santosh. Do we have an opening bid?
We'll come back, I guess. As Abhi said, yeah.
An opening bid of 5,000? 5,000 anyone?
We'll come back on this, Puni.
We'll come back, Puni, again.
All right. I'm going to move this player to the unsold category. We will come back to this player a little later. All right. The next player to undergo the hammer is Nawaz, a batting all-rounder and a handy off-spinner. Do you have an opening bid for Nawaz for 5,000? 5,000 for Nawaz
Yes.
from any one of the teams?
Yes.
Yes, Puni.
+1. Can you hear me?
Puni, are you there?
5,000?
+1.
Disconnected.
Oh, Puni got disconnected.
Yeah, sorry. Probably there was a problem with respect to my device. Yeah, do we have an opening bid for Nawaz? I'm sorry, I was not able to hear you guys.
Yes, Puni. I bid a opening bid, and
Okay.
Neo went for +1, and
Plus
again
one.
I'm going for +1.
Okay, 7,000 for Nawaz with the Reds.
+5.
+5 is raised. +5 is the raise from the Blues. Do we have a counter bid from the Reds? It is with the
Yes, +1.
+1 says the Reds.
+2.
+2 says the Blues. It is with the Blues at this point in time for 15,000. 15,000. Do we have a counter bid from the Reds for 16,000?
Yes, +1.
+1 says the Reds. +1 says the Reds. Do we have a counter bid from the Blues?
Just give me a minute. The amount is 16, right? I'll straight away go to 20.
20 says the Blues. That is
Done, Puni. Done.
one of the best bids. 20 says the Blues. Any bids from the Reds?
No.
Outnumbered. All right, sold for the Blues for 20,000.
So in fact, I personally wanted Chetan to play against Nawaz. So I didn't wanted both of them to play together. So since Abhi has already bid Chetan. I wanted to go for Nawaz. Yeah.
All right.
Nahi.
Let's get going with the auction. The next player to undergo hammer is Purushottam, a right-hand batsman, an aggressive batsman. Do you have an opening bid for Purshi here for 5,000? 5,000. 5,000 for
Yes.
Purshi.
Yes, Puneet.
That
I'll go
says
for it.
the Raging Warriors red.
So once the bid has start, we cannot push it on the later stage, right?
You want
No,
to push
I
this
think
to
we
later
already
stage,
have. I think we already
Neo?
have an opening bid, so I don't think we can actually move him.
Okay. Okay. 7 plus 2.
+2 says the Blues. +2 says the Blues. Do we have another
Okay.
bid from the Reds for 8,000?
Mm, yes, +1.
+1 says the Reds. Do we have a counter bid? Do we have a counter bid from the Reds? Sorry, from the Blues. It is with the
Uh,
Reds at 8,000.
yes. Just give me a second.
Okay. It is with the Reds at 8,000.
+1.
+1 says the Blues. Thank you. +1 says the Blues. Do we have a counter bid for 10,000 from the Reds? 10,000.
Mm, now it is at 9, right, Puneet?
Yes, it is at 9 at this point with the Blues.
Okay. No, done.
Okay, sold for the Raging Warriors Blues for 9,000. All right, so let's get to the next player. The next player to undergo hammer is Puneet, a right-hand batsman. Do we have an opening bid for Puneet?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
Puneet.
yes, says the Reds with 5,000 opening bid. Do we have a counter bid from the Blues?
10.
10 says the Blues. It is with the Blues at 10,000.
+1. +1.
+1. +1 says the Reds.
Just give me a second.
I think this player will actually go to the Reds because the maximum amount that the Blues can actually bid was 11,000. Looking at the reserves,
Yes.
I'll have to sell him. I'll have to sell him to the Blues. Sorry,
Right.
to the
So,
Reds. To the Reds.
Right.
yes.
Sold for the Reds for 11,000.
Perfect.
Thank you,
So
Puneet.
there is a negative balance of 1,000. I was just thinking about it. And we cannot reduce the base price to 4,000 as the
Yeah,
rules
that
are.
can
Yeah.
be done. All
Cool.
right. Thank you. So let's go to the next player. The next player to undergo a hammer is Adib. Do we have an opening bid for Adib, a right hand medium fast bowler? Do we have an opening bid of 5,000?
Want to come back on that? How about you, Abhi?
Yes, we'll come back again.
Okay, I'll move it to the unsold list at this point. We will take it a little later. Right, we still have 6 more players. So the next player to undergo a hammer is Karthi, a wicketkeeper batsman. No opening bid of 5,000. 5,000 anyone?
Yes, I'm.
Okay, with
I'll
the
go
Reds,
for it.
5,000. With the Reds for 5,000. Do we have a counter bid from the Blues?
+1.
+1 says the Blues.
+1.
+1 says the Reds. +1 says the Reds. So it is with the Reds at this point in time for 7,000. Do we have a counter bid from the Blues? For
+1.
+1 says the Blues. At 8,000.
+1.
+1 says the Reds.
So the
The Reds.
current price is
9,000. 9,000 for the Reds. Do we
Okay.
have another bid from the Blues for 10,000?
nope.
Sold for the Reds. All right. The next player to undergo the hammer is a premium fast bowler, Ashu. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000 for Ashu?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, says the Blues and opens the bid. Thank you. It is with the Blues at this point. 5,000, an opening bid. Do we have a counter bid from the Reds?
Yes, +1.
+1 says the Reds. +1 says the Reds. Do we have an opening bid?
+1.
+1 says the Blues. Do we have a counter bid from the Reds?
Puni, can you give me 2 minutes? Okay, I'll just
Sure.
connect back. Huh? 2 minutes.
Sure.
Okay, I'll discuss with Chetan and get back to you.
Sure.
Is this against the rules?
No, nothing. As a rule, you have a player in your kitty and you can actually talk. Okay. In the meantime, we will actually start displaying the players who have actually come into the teams. So the Blues have picked up 7 players out of 12. And at this point in time, I see 1 specialist bowler and 3 batsmen.
Yeah, I need a bowler.
2 wicket keepers in their kitty with 1 all-rounder. So that's a decent purchase is what I would say. And coming back to the Reds, with the Reds have 3 all-rounders, 2 specialist batsmen and a wicket keeper. They do not have a bowler yet. So that's where we stand with the stats. So both the teams are actually bidding really well. So ibru super ಆಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಏನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ರೆಡ್ಸ್ ಅಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಬ್ಲೂಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಸೈಡ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಸೇ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಬ್ಲೂಸ್ಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ರೆಡ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್.
So the costlier item was Nitin. That was the great miss. Bad start.
ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲೂಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರೋದು.
Exactly. Then I immediately realized, yeah, Abhi is back.
Sorry.
Okay, Abhi is back.
Yeah, I will +5.
+5. Okay, so that closes the bid actually. That's an aggressive move. +5 says the Reds.
ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು? ಅವೇ
ಐಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಈಗ ನಾನೀಗ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮೇನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಎತ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಈಗ. ಎಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿ ಬಿಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು.
ನಾನು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯ ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಸ್ ಹೊಡಿದ್ದ. We should have started with some decent player, strong player ಗಿಂತ. Okay, anyways.
Right, sold for the Reds for 12,000. So that's a good move from the Reds actually.
Good one, great one.
Good one. So the next player to undergo hammer is Vivek. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000 for Vivek?
Vivek is he can bowl, right?
Conscious batsman. Yeah, he can bowl.
Yes, I would like to go for Vivek.
Vivek for 5,000?
Yep.
Okay, do we have a counter bid from the Reds?
No.
All right. Sold for the Blues. 5,000. The next player to undergo hammer is Kiran, premium fast bowler. Do we have an opening bid for Kiran for 5,000?
Yes.
Yes, says the Blues.
No.
All right. Sold for the Blues for the base price of 5,000. Thank you. All right. The next batsman to undergo hammer is Basuraj Belagi, a premium right-hand opening batsman. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000 rupees for Basavaraj? 5,000.
Abhi. Want to make a move, Abhi?
ಏನು ಬಸವರಾಜ್ ಬೇಡ?
Nandu loaded batsman. So,
Okay,
but I
okay.
would like to still bid for him. Yes. So, what's the remaining balance that I have? 16,000, right?
Yeah, you can bid up to 16,000.
Okay, and okay, so I need two more players. Okay, so can we see the balance remaining players?
Yeah, there are two
Remain.
available players, Vipin and Basavaraj. There are only two players, and we also have 4 unsold players. So a total of 6.
So,
Unsold player list will be Miffy, Santosh, Ravish, and Adib. So 6 players will undergo the hammer.
okay,
Do we have an opening bid for 5,000?
Yes, I will go for it.
Okay. Yes, says the Reds.
hey, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಭಿಗೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಸೋಲ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಚೇತನ್ ಏನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ ಬೇರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್
ನೀವು-
ಸೋಲ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಏನೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ನವಾಜ್ನಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಟೀಮ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಫೈನ್.
I think it's too late. I've already purchased 2. I mean, the remaining players are only 2 now.
Yeah.
So I'll just go with that.
Basavaraj.
Okay. 1 second. Just give me a second.
Okay. So if you want to have a look at the players that you have, it is all here. The Blues have this pack at this point.
Can you show the red ones? Because I already have the blue ones from my end.
Okay, let me actually show the red ones. This point in time, this is how the Reds look like. They have 7 players in their kitty.
Just a second. Now we can go back to Basavaraj auction.
Sure.
Yes, +1 for Basavaraj.
+1 says the Blues.
+3.
+3, that's an aggression. +3 says the Reds.
No, he just doesn't want me to bid higher. That's this. I understand that.
It is with the Reds at this point in time for 9,000.
Yeah, even I wanted him to take up Basavaraj, and I also wanted to reduce his balance. Okay, sold.
ನೀವು
Okay.
ವಾಂಟ್ ಬಿಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನ ಬಿಡ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. Basavaraj is done with Basavaraj. I mean,
Okay, fine. Sold to the Reds.
Oh.
yes, perfect.
Okay, the next player to undergo hammer is Vipin, a batting all-rounder and a right-arm bowler. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000 for Vipin?
What is RES here? 5,000?
That's a reserve actually. Reserve is nothing but
Acha, got it,
minimum
got it.
bid. Yeah.
Okay, which Vipin? Vipin, I haven't seen him. Has he played anytime in last 4 weeks?
He had played with Raging Warriors a little while ago, probably around 3 or 4 months back.
Okay, was he a wicket-taking bowler or a batsman?
He was a bowler.
Okay, so yes, I would like to bid for him.
Okay. 5,000 opening bid from the Blues. Do we have a counter bid from the Reds?
No.
Okay. Sold for the Blues for 5,000.
So I already have 4 bowlers, right? And any other rule that I have to other? Like I've got 3 batsmen.
You have already 2 bowlers. You have opted for 2, Kiran and Shashank.
Kiran.
So minimum is 2 on bowling side. So I
Okay,
think you have,
batting
Kiran,
is done.
okay, you have
batting is also done.
yeah, you have adult almost all of it. 2 all-rounders is what we had told. 2 all-rounders, and Kiran and Shashank are 2 specialist bowlers, and you need 3 specialist batsmen. You have 1, 2, and 3 specialist batsmen, and 4 specialist batsmen, to be honest, and 1 specialist wicket keeper. I think you have adhered to all the rules.
Done. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can we go for an auction of other 4 players which we actually moved to the unsold?
Mhm.
All right. So let's start this. So the first player to go under hammer is Miffy, a wicketkeeper batsman. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000?
Yes.
Yes, yes, the Reds. Do we have a counter bid from the Blues?
No.
Right. Sold to the Reds. The next player to undergo hammer is Ravish. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000 for Ravish? A stable top order batsman and a handy wicket keeper. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000 for Ravish?
Yeah, I've seen him play. He's a nice player, but I wanted to go for a bowler. That's the one area that I have to cover. So
Okay.
I'm out on this.
Do we have a bid from
Yo.
the
Abhi.
ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಬೌಲರ್ ನೀವು ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೌಲರ್ ಇರೋದು ಅದೀಬ್ ಒಬ್ನೇ ಈಗ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್.
Okay.
Just all are sold. Adib is available as a bowler and as a batsman, Ravish is available. Only
Okay.
these two.
Okay. I definitely need a bowler. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ batsman 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including me 7 ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. So I want to go for a bowler.
Bowler Adib bowler. So I'm done with bowler for your information. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. You can think about it.
Ravish is not a bowler.
Mm,
ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್
Occasionally.
ಇರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ occasionally yes he both.
yes, he do a spin bowling, off spinner, occasional off spinner.
Okay. So you are not buying Badib, Abhi?
No.
Okay. So let's move on to the next unsold
So,
player. We'll
okay.
come back again. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to take a decision on this right away.
All right.
Okay. Then Puni, I will go for the base 5k.
You'll
No, we'll come back
Yeah.
again. We'll come back
We'll
again.
come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So the next
in
player is Adib.
Nim decision. Santosh Junior is there, and Ravish is there. Adib.
Yeah.
3 ಜನ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Okay.
The only
Okay.
bowler left in the lot is Adib.
ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Out of
Adib.
these three.
Adib Santosh Junior is not a bowler, I guess. He's a wicketkeeper batsman.
Mm.
Yes.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಯಾರು ಇರೋದು?
Ravish.
Ravish is definitely a batsman. Okay, I'll go for Adib at base price.
Base price for Adiba.
Yeah. Anyways, Abhi has already given.
Okay. Fine. Sold for the Blues. Next player to undergo hammer is Santosh, a wicketkeeper batsman. Do we have an opening bid of 5,000?
ನನ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಇನ್ನಿಬ್ರು 2 ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್.
Ah.
Ravish and Santosh. No option to Neo because Neo already has 11
I'm done with
players.
11. Yeah.
So I will go for these 2 players. Puni. Santosh and Ravish both.
So they're
Bid
auto
ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು
allocated.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ I will start 5k. So this price.
No, it is auto allocated to Reds.
Yes, by default. Okay.
I think you guys can actually bid for one player if you want to. Probably you can actually exchange any one player.
Would you want to do that,
with
Abhi?
that. Yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay, great. So side by side team comparison cancel ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
Side by side team comparison. Let's see.
The whole team.
So this is how it looks at this point.
Okay, ನನ್ನ ಟೀಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಇದಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಭಿ?
ಗೊತ್ತು. ನಿಮ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತು, ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Okay, even I know your team and my team as well. So if you want to discuss through that, we can start. If you want to exchange ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ ಪುನಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ?
ತಿರ್ಗಾ re-auction ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
Okay. So ಅವಾಗ ವಾಲೆಟ್ will not be valid. Just 5,000 ಗೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ. ಕೂಲ್.
ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್, ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕಮ್ ಟು ರಿ ಆಕ್ಷನ್.
Okay, you want to start, Abhi, for any exchange? You want to think about it and suggest me an, give me an offer to exchange? How many
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ
players?
ಯಾವ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿಲಿ ಬೇಕು? ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾ? ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಜನ ಇರೋದು.
So you have Chetan, Nitin, Faraz, Karthi, Miffy, Santosh Junior, Ashok Sahu, Baswaraj. So batsman ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಸವರಾಜ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಚೇತನ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಿತಿನ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಫರಾಜ್, ರವೀಶ್, ಪುನೀತ್. 6. ರಾಕಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಶೋರ್. Okay, 6 ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Okay.
Even I am good with the batsman. So
ಬೌಲರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬೇಕಾ ಸ್ವಿಚ್?
no, I'm happy with the bowling because I wanted Vivek on my team. Even though he's not a bowler, I have seen him bowling, but I want to have him in my team.
ವಿವೇಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಈ bowls.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ.
Vivek and Kiran are my favorite players.
ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಒನ್ ಸಜೆಷನ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬೌಲಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಡ್. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆಶುನ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್. ನನಗೆ ಕಿರಣ್ ಕೊಡಿ.
Ashu.
Swapping bowlers, bowler to a bowler.
ಬೌಲರ್ ಟು ಬೌಲರ್.
Yes, can do that.
Okay, let me re-auction both.
But Kiran ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ನನಗೆ. Kiran and Vivek. I think
ಆಶು ಕಿರಣ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬೌಲರ್ಸ್, ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಪೇಸ್ ಬೌಲರ್ಸ್.
I think ಇದೇ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ. ಕಿರಣ್ ನನ್ನ ಟೀಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಅಶೋಕ್ ನಿಮ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಟೀಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಲಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ.
ಕೂಲ್.
ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ರೌಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾ? ಫರಾಜ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬೇಕಾ ಆಲ್ ರೌಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೊ ಇಸ್ ಬೌಲಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ರೌಂಡರ್ ಇವರು.
ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಪುಷಿಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಹುದು ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರು.
ಪುರ್ಷಿಗ?
ಹಾ,
ಪುರ್ಷಿಗೆ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಫರಾಜ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಓಕೆ.
ಓಕೆ. ಎನಿವೇಸ್ ನಾನು 3 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಲ್ ರೌಂಡರ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಇಸ್ 2. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಪುರ್ಷಿ, ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಫರಾಜ್.
ಡನ್.
ಓಕೆ.
Okay, so re-auction ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಪುರ್ಷಿನ?
Yes.
Okay, let's re-auction Purshi. So it will be like
ಬೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಗೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸೇಮ್. ಓಕೆ,
ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅವಾಗ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಸ್ವಾಪ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಫರಾಜ್ ಏನ್ 8,000 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, 11,000 ಏನ್ ಸ್ವಾಪ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಪುರ್ಷಿ, ಸಾರಿ 9,000 ಏನ್ ಸ್ವಾಪ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, he will come to Reds.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ಎಸ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಓಕೆ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್.
ಸೇಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am swapping Purshi for the Reds for 9,000. And we have to re-auction Faraz in that case to the Blues, alva, for 8,000. All right.
So now balance available is still 7,000. Okay.
ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಫೈನಲ್ ಬಿಡ್ ಬಂದು ರವೀಶ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಲಿಮಿಟ್.
So I've got 7,000, I guess.
You can bid until 12,000 now.
12,000.
Reserve is 5.
Reserve is 5, yes.
Okay. But 11 plus 11 ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ players? 20,
ಆಯ್ತು ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
there are 23 players, is it?
Ravish has to go to Reds only in that case.
Yes.
ನಾನು ಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ರವೀಶ್.
10 players ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ರೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ರವೀಶ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಬೈ ಡಿಫಾಲ್ಟ್.
Ravish for the Reds, ಅಲ್ಲ?
Yes.
By far the most expensive player is Ravish, 25,000.
ಅದು ಫುಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕಾ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ನ?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೀವ್ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್
ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಗೆ.
ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೇ ಏನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಎಷ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಬೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ.
ಹಂಗೆ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ನಾವು ಬೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಗೆನೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಬೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
Okay, base price I am actually transferring Ravish to the Reds. All right, gentlemen. So we have 12 players in each team, including the owners. So that's a good option that we had for the first time within Raging Warriors. And it's a healthy and a balanced team is what I feel. And even the app says the same thing. We have added to almost all the rules that we had actually put 3 specialist batsmen, 2 all-rounders, 2 bowlers, and a wicket keeper is what we had actually suggested. So we have done that job pretty well. So thank you for coming into the auction and purchasing all these players via virtual money. So let's have fun on the next week. See you on ground. All the best, everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Puni, for arranging this. This was a fantastic session. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ what was impressive was the website ನೀವೇನೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು or it was already available?
This was readily available. I actually customized as per our need.
Acha. Okay.
Super.
Yeah, this was absolutely fantastic. The way you took and ಯಾರೋ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, it was almost like a professionals ಅಂತ. So all thanks and all kudos to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Puni.
Fine, guys. See you all.